Hey guys, it's Lynn coming to you from London, Ontario. A little bit cloudy here today. Hope everybody else's day is going well on the planet right now. Right before I hit play on the video, again, they're scalar weaponizing my back right now. And again, it's every time I'm about to proceed up a mountain, right? If I make one more step into finding my passion or have confidence in making a video or doing anything to help out the collective, again, not help, but to be purposeful, right? I mean, the narcissist, they're not purposeful. I don't know when they get up every day. Again, they're putting on the pants the same way, the skirt the same way, and they're just not purposeful. There's nothing to them, right? They're angry, they're miserable, and they're sending that hate out there. And the universe is never going to reward people like that because you're not in tune with the universe. And again, I wanted to point out, if you do happen to ever see the number 9 following you around when you're walking out there, number 9 means you're connected with the universe. So if you do see the number 9 anywhere on a license plate, on a bus, like here we have, I think it's the 9 White Hills. If that 111 on the timer, if the 9 bus drives by you, then you're in tune with the universe. So it's again all these little sightings and signs that are sometimes right in front of us. And again, another one would be like a billboard. I always talk about the license plates and the like receipts and the time, obviously. But there's billboards too, right? Like when you're driving somewhere and you say you even go the same way every day, and you happen to look over and you see 222. Like here in town on Wellington Road, there's a big house and it has 222 and huge numbers on it. And one day I was walking down there and I saw it, and it's a sign you're on the right path. And again, if you look for these small things, one day I was going to an NA meeting on downtown somewhere, and there's a house on the way there, and again it was 222, and it's just these small little 212 on the timer, these small little things that can help us go on with the day. And you know, you might be having that bad day. Again, the narcissist is always having that bad day. 222 just on the timer, so that's great. I am on the right path right now because I am trying to live a more purposeful life, and that's by me creating content, and again just trying to give back a bit by using my mess as a message for anyone else that's trying to hold on to some enlightened ideas and not live in their same shit and sit there in their addictions hating people, or just a narcissist hating people for what because that's what they do, right? So that was just a couple things about the numbers and how you're in tune. But if you do see number 9, again, always remember, when you see that number 9, you are supported by the universe, as above, so below, and that 9 means you are in balance with the universe. So just a little tip there for something that you can look for if you are wanting to go on a spiritual journey, or wherever you are right now on your journey and what path you are on in life. I feel the attacks on my back right now, and I'm just going to proceed. I actually put a scatter frequency today on the TV. I was moving to more of an unconditional love, 432 hertz, to be grounded in unconditional love, because that's what I am. But because these guys always start attacking me when I'm going on to make a video. And I know it's a lot of government and scientists that have been exploring me since I was a kid, as well as a real horrible family, and I had a horrible upbringing, as well this community treating me like a scapegoat and treating me like shit. And again, I command respect, and I don't put up with disrespect. So I'm going to keep walking in my path, and I'm going to do whatever I feel fit to put the music the way it's going to help me with my back right now. But I feel like it's these donkeys, right? They're just sitting back, and they try to see what makes me tick, how I'm going to freak out, and what's going to happen. And again, it was right before the video went on. They do it every time. They do it all the time. Yeah, they do it all the time. That's all they do. But I did come on, and I had something to show, and now I can't see where it is. Oh, it's over here. You're right there, Smash. I got something in the news today, and I wanted to come on. I'm not in the news, sorry. Again, they could be fucking my speech right now and trying to shut up my throat chakra. There might be a glare with my glasses, but there's no way really to get around that in here or outside, I find. So I did get my Tibetan singing bowl today. They try to say, find your passion in life. Try to find your passion in life. And I always wanted one. And again, I don't work for Amazon, but this bowl is regularly $44. It comes with a little cushion. And you can set it on the cushion. I just did a lesson on it to figure it out because I've never done it before. But it came, and I actually got it for $14. And I know I looked today, I think it's back up to $34. But again, when I'm sober, I don't keep looking and looking for things, right? Like again, it's being intuitive and knowing what you want right away, right? You tell the universe, this is what I want, and then you go out and get it, right? You ask for what you want, and you be prepared to get it. And again, if we can. Again, not when we're not living in addictions, fear, shame, and guilt, we are in tune with our intuition. And again, it makes our whole day better. We are calm, we are brave, and we can be whatever we want with the I am. So about the Tibetan singing bowl, I just did a little lesson on it, so I thought it was cool to come on here. I've always wanted one, but I guess you can sit it on the pillow. And again, this is going to give out those good vibes. So it's bringing more than just beauty. Vibration will come to help you journey higher than where you came from. With sound healing, you'll find yourself in a true wealth. So I am a money magnet. Improving both physical and emotional wealth. And you can unlock your chakra with meditation and again, or sound frequency, because they have them set to whatever chakra you're doing. And mindfulness on your passage to finding your Zen. So I thought that was really cute. And I just read that there. I actually thought the whole bottom part was a wicked tattoo idea down in there. So that's cool. I am going to use the bowl. I'm just going to try it right now while I have it on. I did a lesson right now. It didn't take long. It was like a guy on YouTube, like 2-minute video. And I guess you can hold it either way. So I did try it this way. You can hold it like a pen. You can hold it like a pen or a pencil, and you hit it, and then you go around. So like that. Or I think that was the better way. I think or originally you're supposed to try it this way. And that way doesn't work for me right now. So the guy said you could also do it this way. So again, you just hold it like a pen or a pencil. Hit that. I'll do it this way, man. I'll hold it out more like that. Hit it. And then go around like that. So I'm pretty excited about it. Again, it was only $14, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's a nice heavy little guy, and I'm gonna have some fun with that. I wanted to get out in nature with it, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool also because I was going out. It's a little cloudy here now, so I decided to the power of now make the video, and because it got a little cloudy here. But I am still heading out there. But lo and behold, everything happens. There's no coincidences. This is a bag I used to take on my trips when I used to get away with the cool ex-boyfriend years ago. Mexico, Dominican, and Cuba. And I went on a couple trips there too with some old friends from back in the day. But this was always the purse that I carried around with me when I went away, because it's not like when you're in your own city, you don't need that big purse or whatever. It was just back then I smoked, and you only brought like a little purse to tip the staff everywhere, right? You didn't need that big wallet. So lo and behold, again, no coincidences. I found the purse right away. It was just sitting there in my closet. And it was like magic. And sometimes the magic's just right there and you find it. And the whole bowl fits in here perfectly. And I can bring that outside with me now. And I can practice more on it. And I'm really excited to get out in the sunshine, because then I'll be in tune more with the universe and seeing the numbers out there. 222 on the right path. And again, number 9. I just saw 916 on the thing as well, which again always leads me to believe I have that strong connection with the greatest guy of all times that I was with before. I know we have a deep soul bond, and that allows me to know that. So again, just like that, the purse is all good to go, and I can go outside in the sun, and it literally fit perfectly. It was like magic. So that happened. So that was a good thing. Again, just to spread some positivity out there while they're scalar weaponizing my back, and it's getting so sore right now. Again, being that targeted individual in town, and you know, these jokers clowning around. But again, if you keep watching somebody else, you're never going to be purposeful, right? You're like a complete joker. You wasted your whole life bringing somebody down. And Stone Cold is like, hell no, man. Like, thumbs down for these people, man. He's like, this isn't kosher, man. So I've lit my Palo Santo as well. Sorry, not Palo Santo. I've lit my incense, my white sage, so it's smelling really good in here. And again, that incense, the white sage, is going to it's going to help you on your journey. It's going to help relax you, and especially when they're tormenting the fuck out of me, it's going to make me a little bit more calm as well. And I'm just going to light up the sage here, and I think I'm going to just do the serenity prayer today. God, grant me, and they're screwing up my voice chakra. So no, I won't do the serenity prayer. I'll just ask for a universal connection of love and light and all benevolent beings to come down as above, so below, and help me channel a divine message. And it might be a story of something from when I used to be in my addictions to help out the collective. And we'll just see what comes up. Again, for being at 11:11 on the timer, so you can make a wish. Being a true seeker and a true speaker, just getting out anything that could help anywhere across the planet. And I'm sure there's somebody out there that will be able to relate with me. And again, a targeted individual, or the chosen ones right now going through that real hard time with the fallen angels and the narcissists. But it's not really just the fallen angels and the narcissists. It's if you sit still in life and don't make a change because you're trapped in fear, you're just going to sit there. You're going to sit there. And you can be trapped in beer. They're trapped in beer. Yeah, trapped in beer with fear. Not giving up their addictions, not admitting to anything wrong with them because they're so egotistical. And I just don't have time or patience for these people anymore. So again, I have isolated myself, and a big energy came over my town, and I'm okay with that. And I can love myself every day, and my dog, and I can give myself every day all that unconditional love back that everybody fucking raped and stole from me. And for 49 years, that's what they did. So I'm not too happy about these people, but I don't sit there hating them either, right? But they'll annoy me all day long. And at this rate, I don't even think they're going to stop. I really don't. I was allowed to go ahead with that one video last night, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. So you can look for those kind of synchronicities as well on the clock. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I don't know if these guys are ever going to stop. But I always say, like, I am going to have a great day today. These entities are not going to bother me. So I'm feeling, when I got that Tibetan singing bowl earlier, that my energy was high. Like I honestly felt like I could have raised my consciousness up to 9D. I'm in 5D, but it goes between 4D and 5D. I've escaped the matrix in my mind, right? But I'm still stuck there in location, and it kind of sucks, right? But these people are still in their south node, and I'm in my north node. So again, just to go over quickly for anyone else who's stuck right now, your south node is all of your addictions. So that's where I already was, right? I've already been there, and I shouldn't be held back because of these people. 1333. Again, it's that jealous and envy. It's keeping these people stuck in their head and living in that false self, that ego, and not breaking down their addictions or admitting anything that's wrong with them. They're the almighty. There is no God. The narcissists are the creators of everything. They've created life to be so shitty for everybody else, which led me to a saying the other day. It's been popping up in my head. It came into my head like last week or the week before, and I always wanted to talk about it. And now they're making me dumb down. They did this my whole life, man, and they do it to me all the time. Ignorance is bliss. That leads me to what's going on. If you really think about ignorance is bliss, what does that mean? What does ignorance is bliss mean to you out there? I didn't Google it. I didn't Google it at all. And I didn't Google ignorance is bliss 1433 on the timer. But what is that to you? Ignorance is bliss. So I'm not Googling it. I'm just trying to talk it out loud. And I said it to another lady the other day. And she goes, yeah, you're right. It makes no sense. It makes me think that like narcissists just sat around back in the beginning of time and came up with these expressions. Like to me, ignorance is bliss. So the narcissists are ignorant, and they are ignorant, and ignorance is bliss. So them being ignorant to me is meaning that that's bliss for them. Whereas for me as an empath and somebody on a healing journey, to me, ignorance is horrible. It's ignorant. It's narcissistic. It's egotistical. It's disgusting. And ignorance to me is joy, love, compassion, empathy. It's just something I wanted to put out there. I'm thinking of these expressions like it's like somebody's mind manipulated everybody and nobody's like done a fact check on what these things really mean. It's like everyone just throws out there, oh, ignorance is bliss. And people are just throwing it around out there like, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Like, I'm sure we could look into that one more too, but that one's not for right now. But that ignorance is bliss. It's not sitting well with me. And again, I'm not going to Google it, but that's my interpretation of what ignorance is bliss means. 1609 on the timer to me. And if I had my comments on my videos, I'd say drop down in the comments how you felt about that. But maybe it's something I'm going to get over on my videos is I've had the comments shut off the whole time because I don't live in fear, but I know these asshats are going to just write something stupid, right? And it's what narcissists do, right? Like, again, they're always that little peckerhead behind the computer sitting there in mom's basement, sitting there. I hate my life. I'm having a real shitty day here, so everybody else has to. And the real cool and swift behind that fucking computer there, pencil dickhead. And when you meet them in person now, when you've healed now and got over your fear, broke down those addictions, you see them for what they are. And again, that's leading up to my next story here. So I'm going to debate on that in the future if I'm going to get over that. But I'm not living in fear. I can't stand them. And I know they'll just start writing. They'll just write something stupid, right? 1717 on the timer. So that might be something I might get into later. Today's very personal message and story I wanted to talk about is it's about when we're living in those addictions and living in that self node, you're just sitting in fear. And again, this is for my people that aren't narcissists as well. So I'm gonna have a little bit of empathy and compassion there, because in case anybody does watch this and it's not just the narcissist, if it's somebody who is really struggling as I was with abuse, and all your childhood wounding, and we can name that forever and go around and around. Until you heal, you're always going to live in fear. And when you hang out with all these people that are that cocky attitude like that, and they're not willing to change, I can't stress enough that how beautiful your fucking life can be. 1811 on the timer when you break free from those habits that aren't serving you anymore, and the people and places, right? And it gives you your power back, and again, it gives you your willpower, and it gives you empowerment. It gives you empowerment that like, I'm not putting up with these people anymore, and if I have to stand alone in my community and not put up with these people anymore, then that's what I'm here to do, because I'm sick of these people. But it got me thinking. 1844 on the timer. It brought me to another topic, and I'm wondering now if I should just close this video because it is getting longer, or sometimes I try to tap into my intuition and I wonder if I should start it again and really go into the story, or if it's better to keep the video shorter or longer. Sorry, I was looking at the time, 1911. I guess I'll just continue with it again. It's a very personal story, and I might as well just get it out there again. It's very good healing for me as well. But it reminds me of a night when I was really low down in the dumps, and I think it was a long weekend, so nothing was opened on a Sunday night, and I wanted some cocaine, and obviously back before I healed, I wanted some cocaine, and a guy that I didn't really know too well, he picked me up, and he had these guys. He said he could go get some. here in town. And we went up these, like, all these stairs, and it was really hard to get up there. And we got up there, and he left me there. And it's always the thing, like, when you're back living in those addictions, it's like, who the fuck could you have even trusted, right? It was like, it's very shady, and I'm so grateful to be out of that scene now, right? And knowing that I didn't need that cocaine at all. All I needed to do was fucking heal my childhood wounds, man. And I can't stress that enough. Is before we heal, we're addicted to everything, right? Everything. And when we just let go of one addiction at a time, or maybe it's one person at a time, or maybe it's your own fucking family, and you can just let go of something and not have that attachment. Anyone can do anything. And again, that's what we're here for, is to be powerful, not be powerless to all these addictions and all these distractions that are laid up around us, whether it be from narcissists or the government or whomever. But there's always something trying to feed you, and you think you need it. You're grasping onto anything, and you're grasping onto anything just to fucking get rid of everything up here, and how goddamn ugly, low down, no self-esteem, and just how rotten you feel. And again, it's being an empath. That's what I always did, right? I never wanted to feel anything either, because I became a monster. I became addicted to cocaine, and I hated myself. And I was already a fall down drunk. So I just wanted to let people know, like, being 7 years off of cocaine now, it's a whole different life. It's really beautiful. And again, I always keep trying to look for that beauty in every day. I don't look for it in every person, because I know not everybody has that in them, right? And I gave up on trying to think everybody's gonna have that, because narcissists just don't. But this is for me, for like the real people that are struggling out there, to get away from these people. I can't stress enough how we just have that power right inside of us, but we've been blinded to think that we need all of these things to exist, and we don't. It just starts with getting deep inside of yourself, and knocking out one addiction. Can be anything. Just getting rid of a friend that really pisses you off, and you'll have all that energy back for yourself. You can cut the cord with that person, and all your energy flows back to you. And it's quite truly amazing, unless you have people using scalar weapons on you and trying to hijack your journey and what's going on with me. But I can still try to express myself authentically, and just try to tell this very personal story. So we ended up getting up there. Again, I didn't know the guy very well that brought me up to this house. But I wanted cocaine, and I'm sure a lot of people that are into addictions, and especially into drugs, can relate with me. And it was a long weekend, so I didn't have any beer either. I think it was about 9 or 10 at night on a Sunday, so nothing was open. And the guy just left me there. Like, I didn't even know the other two people, and he just left me there. And it's like a thing in my city. It's like everyone always seemed to just leave me everywhere. Like I was gonna die. Like who cares about her? Like she's a piece of shit. Let's just leave her here with strangers. I always have a hard time now being sober, wondering, like, no one should be leaving you anywhere if they were your real friends. But it's leading me to think I guess I really didn't have too many. But then again, on the other side of that, I did have other people that I hung with and bought from, and they made sure I got home too. And we hung out for a bit, and they'd even drive me home and stuff. So I'm not trying to say all people into addictions are horrible people. But this one night, I went somewhere here in town, so the guy who drove me there, he left right away. I'm like, "You're leaving?" And he's like, "Yeah, I gotta go." And I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, just thinking about how much gratitude I have for still being alive with all my like weird things, and my weird near-death experiences, and then again these horrible ones, being in those addictions. By now I'd already blown up my whole life with the greatest guy, 24, 22 on the timer, and I was heading out lower, man, like lower into this cocaine, that the chokehold that this drug had over me. And I had no self-esteem. I was a lot bigger back then too, I believe, and just really down in the dumps. Anyway, this man left me here. The guy left me there, and And they had, all I can remember is they had one beer. I was trying to remember this before I came on earlier. And I was trying to reflect if there was only one beer. I think it was a Bud. It doesn't matter. That's not the point of the story. But I remember the guy handing me he handed me the beer, but he took a sip first and then handed it to me, which is gross for me. I usually don't. I'd never share like a smoke with anybody, my chapstick, or never a beer either. I think it's fucking gross. And it reminds me of one of my other old buddies from back in the day. He'd hate it if you held the neck of his beer if he went to the bathroom. He would make you hold the bottom of it. And it's kind of funny because I'm kind of like that now too. But I used to laugh at him, right? You could never hold the neck of it. And you only could hold here. And he'd give you instructions when he went to the bathroom on how to hold his beer. But I wasn't like that. But sharing a beer and like a smoke and chapstick, I think it's gross. If somebody asked me for a drag, I'd give them a smoke. I'd be like, here, take the smoke. So I can't remember this part where if the guy who drove me there before he left handed me the beer, like took a sip and then handed me that beer, or he left and just said, gotta go. And I was like, you're leaving? And then there was just this beer. I remember it either if that part happened or not. This one beer standing still was left on the table with these two guys that I don't even know. And the beer was there. And then I believe one of them handed it to me. I went in the other room for a minute. And I went back in the kitchen. And again, that beer was just sitting there. And I think one of them said, hey, Lynn, here's your beer. And I took one sip of that beer. And we all went downstairs for a cigarette. And it's by a local bar here in town. There was a lot of stairs. I barely could get up there without what happened to me next. But what happened to me next was I was taking two drags of the smoke. And all of a sudden I started getting, and I didn't know the guys, they were talking. I might have met one of them like one time before. And I was talking, they were talking, and I was trying to talk, and suddenly I felt nauseous and really sick, and I got really fucking hot. I was really hot, and I was about to fall over, and these two guys were standing there, and I'm like, oh, are you okay, Lynn? Are you okay, Lynn? And I'm like I could hardly even, like, I was literally gonna like KO right on the ground. I was gonna KO right on the ground and fall over. And I couldn't even finish my smoke. I don't even think I had more than 3-4 drags, and I was having to hold on to something. The last thing I remember is these two guys like taking me, and I don't really even remember getting up the stairs. It was that bad where I almost fainted, like passed out. And again, I was sweating. It wasn't summer and it wasn't winter, but I started getting hot, and I was literally pouring sweat everywhere. And then, however, they got me upstairs. I don't remember too much about it. But I was thinking about this today and yesterday. It popped into my head. And again, it's like, I feel like a story like this is one of those stories that when you think about it, it's like that aha moment, or that claircognizance again could be coming down like from the universe. Like, oh, here's a great story to tell on how you lived in fear before on these drugs, and you would never speak about this, but now I can, because now I can try to help somebody, or at least tell my story so they can know what it's like when these things happen to you. So what I recall happening after was all of a sudden, I was thinking today, I don't know how much time would have passed or what would have happened, but I woke up literally, I was literally like on a couch. It was like a little love seat, and I was sitting like this. I had my head back. And I remember just opening my eyes, and one guy had a fan. He had a fan in front of my face, and the other guy, my head was back a little bit, and he had a washcloth, and it was sitting right here, the washcloth. And I came to, and I opened my eyes, and the guy was fanning me, the one guy in the washcloth here. And that's really creepy. And considering I'd only had like the one sip of the beer, regardless of how if the other guy sipped it first, but it was just that one beer in the kitchen there when I'd already left the other room. I'm like, I obviously was drugged, right? I was obviously drugged, and I was thinking about this today, like how grateful it is being sober, not putting yourself in these horrible situations to feed off your addiction, and going to somebody that you didn't even know at all, right? Like not even going to somebody you didn't even know at all, and So what happened next? I was trying to reflect about it, and I don't even know if I just had that one beer. There was literally only that beer. And from what I recall after, I was just sitting there, and I don't know if they had cards. Like I wasn't even functioning properly, and to be honest, I don't even think I even got any Coke. I don't even think I did a line, and if I did one at that time, it was like one of those baby ones that someone gives you, it's like a joke, like a little like nothing, right? Like not even like that, like a little like baby, like nothing, where you're like, this guy told me I could come here and buy some Coke, and it didn't happen. And anyway, they started getting real pervy, and I remember I was basically like chokehold, and I was now sitting on the floor. I remember at one point, and they had these cards, and I started looking around. I came to, and they had all this video equipment. Tons. Like I don't know if they made pornos in there or what this guy was into. I don't know what it was, but I was that out of it. And it came to, and I started noticing. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, there's all these video cameras around me everywhere, and it was really creepy and disgusting. And again, I don't know them, but I couldn't move. I couldn't move to get out of there. I was just stuck on the floor. And these two guys, and I just want to let 3111 on the timer there. I just wanted to let anyone know that if you are in your addictions, I'd strongly advise you to stick to somebody you know always when you're going to want to go make a purchase for the drug of choice that you're into. It can get really shady, and anyway, I couldn't move, and it's never happened to me before, like with anyone else. It was just, again, these strangers, these two people I didn't know, maybe met the one guy once before, and not this other guy whose house it was. And I was in this chokehold, my back's killing right now. I don't know if they're using weapons, but I'm still talking. And I don't know if like I was thinking today, I'm like, cause so what happened was they kept taunting me, and they were asking me to do sexual things with them for the cocaine. And like saying horrible things, like disgusting. I can't even remember, but it was like if you suck his cock, we'll give you a line, and then if you do this, I'll give you 2 lines, and like really fucking gross, man, and disgusting. And I've always been that person. I always knew my right from wrong, even as a child, and I'm not into that. And I'm usually very faithful and loyal. And I'd already destructed everything, but I was just grossed the fuck out, even so low and down on the ground. But I couldn't move. And like I said, I don't even know if I had the baby line or if they even gave me any. I remember offering money when they were offering me, or trying to get me to do these sexual favors and positions and stuff with these cards. They wanted to play it with a game of cards. And again, right behind me everywhere was all of these this big video equipment, man, like big, like a studio of like big cameras everywhere. Like the guy was like a movie producer. That's what I was in. Just a small apartment. Anyway, my point of the story is that I couldn't fucking move, and I was sitting there on the floor, and I'm like, this is disgusting, and I was grossed out. I was grossed the fuck out, and I kept saying, like, I can go to the bank, like to go get some money, and no, they never even were going to give me any Coke, and that's how they were holding that Coke on them. And they were only going to give me, my point of the matter is that there are these sexual predators, and disgusting, and they were only going to give me the Coke if I sucked their cock, or if I did something with both of them at the same time. 33:55 on the timer. And I remember I was paralyzed. I was fucking paralyzed. And again, I only had the one sip of that beer, and then all that happened. I got up there, and I just kept saying, I don't know what I was even saying. Like, no, I'm not into that. And now, come on, Lynn, like taunting me. Come on, Lynn, if you do this with him, and if you do this, and I couldn't move. And they were even to the point where they're like, okay, we'll let you go now. You can go now. And I was like just sitting on the floor, but they kept going on. And we could have went on for an hour or two. I couldn't fucking move, man. I couldn't move. So obviously they did drug me. And I wasn't drunk before I got there because I was really, really hungover, and I'd slept all day, and because I'd already 34:44 on the timer. I'd already drunk the night before and probably all day, so I was out of everything, and I just wanted to go there to get Coke. And that happened to me, and it was disgusting. It was disgusting. They wouldn't stop, and I remember it was like that. Like I was released. Like, okay, Lynn, you can go now if you're gonna be like that and not want to do anything with us. And I'd be like, can I just have a line, man? I'll go to the bank machine and get you money. And they never would. They never would comply with me. It was a trade of Coke for sexual favors. It was fucking gross, man. And I just wanted to let anyone know that if you are out there with that kind of situation, again, I never told anyone. I talk about these things now because I am sober, and if I have confidence now, and I'm not that weak, low vibrational person like with these addictions, and living in fear and living in those childhood addictions where you felt ugly and disgusting, and that's why you were doing the Coke in the first place, because you thought it was going to give you that real pick me up. And then you keep doing it all the time, and it's not picking you up, it's making you fucking worse. It's making you worse and worse and worse. And you're always trying to catch that same high you had in the beginning, and you're never going to get that, man. 36 minutes. But my point of the story was, to anyone out there, please never put yourself in a situation like that. And I'm lucky. Am I lucky? Because at the same time, I escaped. I felt like I was escaping. And when I was leaving, I felt disgusted, and I could hardly get down the stairs. I already have a bad back and a sore foot, but I could hardly get down the stairs. And there were lots of them, and kind of curvy. It was like one of those where they lived was like above a bar kind of thing, right? And I got out of there, so I'm really lucky and blessed. Again, I didn't tell one person. That's how I always have been. I never told anyone anything. And I was thinking today, I'm like, to be that incoherent, and to have been paralyzed where I couldn't move my body, and I felt like hours went by where I was just sitting on the floor saying no, and one was on a love seat and one was on another couch. And come on, play the cards, Lynn, like some card game, and then still just all this going on. And when I finally got out of there, like going down the stairs, I was hyperventilating, and I still felt like sick and disgusting. And again, no Coke was even ingested. no Coke was put up my nose at all, because they wouldn't give me any, man. Even for money, they wouldn't give me any, and I think it's disgusting. But 37:33 on the timer. My point being is, if you are in these addictions and stuff, please be careful. Please be careful who you're hanging around with. And I hope anyone out there, male or female, I'm sure females could do that to somebody too. I don't know. I know that never happened to me, but I'm sure in the world we live in, it could be either way. I just want to say, if you are dabbling and dibbling in drugs, and having that addiction that I had, and being a blackout artist at the same time, please be careful, and make sure you surround yourself always with good people when you're in your addictions, because I feel lucky knowing I escaped and I got down those stairs at the end. But at the same time, I was reflecting today. I'm like, how much time from when they got me up those fucking stairs, when I was passing out in front of them when we were smoking downstairs, and I woke up with my head back, and the one guy with the fan and the one guy with the washcloth. Lynn, are you okay? I remember them. Lynn, are you okay? When I came to, I looked, and the one was this close with the fan in my face, and the other guy was hunched over me with the washcloth. I was sitting on the love seat, and he was like right over top of me with the washcloth. As I was back, he would have been like here with the washcloth, and then the other guy with the fan. So one on each side of me. And I was reflecting today. I'm like, what if and I try to stay in the present moment, because that's where infinite possibilities are. But sorry, my music just ended, which is another interruption for me to try to stay focused, because I have music on in the background, and when commercials come on, I hate it. And it's something I'm just gonna have to go through right now. 39:22. The only one thing I'm trying to think today of though is how much time would have went by, like because I was unconscious. And it reminds me of in your walking everyday life, if you're unconscious right now in your everyday life, what if people are doing things to you and you're just sitting there in fear like I was? What if you're so unconsciously brain dead, just addicted to this drug? And what if you feel like you have to give somebody a blowjob for the coke? What if someone's putting you in that position? 40:00 on the timer. And I know that happens, but it's like if you just want to go buy it with your own money, nobody should be making you suck their dick or this grossness. And I just wanted to let somebody know that in your unconscious life, in your addiction, so your south node, which is in your addictions, and it's basically healed, and in your north node is healed, where I am right now. It makes me think that if other women or men out there are unconscious and just needing that drug, they're not realizing how fucking beautiful they are. And they just got to heal a little bit to put down the coke and not suck a dick for the coke. You know what I mean? It reminds me of things like that. Like, you know, me always looking for attention when I was in my addictions. I'd take those selfies to get validation on Facebook. Oh, I got 100 likes. 40 people told me I was beautiful. And now I don't need to do that. But it reminds me of if you're in a desperate situation, being addicted to cocaine or whatever drug it is, and some asshat, some pig is putting you in a situation like that. It's disgusting. And I just wanted to let anyone know out there that once you get out of that unconscious state, like me having that aha moment now that I wanted to share it, when you're consciously aware, now me looking back, I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, now I would point at those guys on the street and be like, what did you do? Like, how long was I passed out for? It was them. Like, I would point, and I don't live in fear now. I'd be like, that guy fucking did this to me, man. What a fucking piece of shit. And I wanted to let anyone know when you are on your journey, and we do open up that throat chakra. Again, I am wearing the blue today. And turquoise, which the turquoise helps us with anxiety and living in that fear-based programming. I wrote down a couple things about it. It gives us honesty. And again, this was just lined up to match my outfit today. I haven't even wore this one yet, but it was turquoise. Giving us the truth and authenticity, helping our immune system, helping us with illness and infections, giving us that honesty to give us that self-expression, and to eliminate toxins from us. So again, those addictions, right? It's basically known as a detox crystal, and anxiety and stress, as I said, but overall giving you to promote that overall well-being. And again, when you're trapped in that south node in those addictions and unhealed, going back just to my story for a second, I never told anyone that happened to me. I never told anyone that happened to me because I thought it was so disgusting. I shut it out. I shut it out of my mind. And I probably just went back to somebody that I trusted after that. Like I never saw those guys again. And I never saw the guy that left me there again either. I like, what a fucking tool. The only thing I was struggling with today, and I hope no one ever struggles with this, is like they obviously did like whatever it was, like a date rape drug or whatever it was, where I passed the fuck out, like fainted, and I'm just sitting here today wondering, how long was I passed out for, right? Because from coming back up, barely remembering the stairs back up. And it's at a bar here in town. It's by a bar in here in town called Poacher's Arms, which I used to go to back in the day, and had a friend work there back in the day. I haven't been there forever, but just whereabouts it is in my hometown, London, Ontario. I just don't know, and I have to let it go now. I have to let it go. That I don't know, sitting here now, how much time passed with the guy with the fan, and then the guy with the washcloth with my head back, and me coming to with two guys right there, like right here, like almost on top of me, but my clothes were on. And I'm grateful for that 44:04 on the timer, but it makes me think, if you were going to drug somebody and then that all happened, what happened? What happened even though my clothes were still on? How much time went by? and what the fuck did happen. But I can't go back there and think like what did happen. But I did want to share that with anybody. If you are out somewhere and you're feeling really sick like that and ready to pass out, and you're hanging out with people you've never met before and you don't know them. I just want to let people know, stick to people you know, 44, 41. Make sure you're safe always out there. And when you get sober and you come to the other side, a little bit of love and light in your life, you can express these stories. And I have tons of them. But this one was like the sickest one to me that I could remember. And again, it came through like an aha moment. And I thought. Being brave, and again, now in my North Node, not living in fear, because fear is a fucking illusion. And again, the government and narcissists always want to keep everybody stuck in fear because they're in fear. But if you knock back these addictions one at a time and surround yourself with better people and get away from these people, you're going to have a better life. 4522. So I just want to let everybody know out there, again, whomever you are, if somebody can relate to this message, I just wanted to let you know that there is hope and there's a light on the other side. And the great thing about my life today is I don't put myself in those situations, right? And I'm so proud of myself and grateful that I don't have to count on those. I don't have to count on anyone. I count on myself. But I couldn't count on anyone anyway. Like, what the fuck was the guy who drove me there for coke leaving me there after 1 second with two strangers in the first place? And it seemed like that was the always rule. Whenever I never was out with my greatest boyfriend of all, that I chose cocaine for because I was unhealed, and I always chose the lesser thing once I got addicted to coke and already being a fall down drunk. I couldn't count on anyone, and everyone left me everywhere, and it was everybody. It was everywhere, unless I had a best friend. And I recall there's a couple other people that I hung out with and did that drug as well. And a lot of them, one guy I can reflect on now. He did drive me home quite often, which was very, very nice. And or if not, I got a Uber home. Like, they didn't just leave me to walk. They didn't just leave me to walk or be by myself. And there's another guy I used to do it with too, and I was the first guy I ever tried it with. He was the same. It was just like walk home at 5 a.m. and like who gives a fuck, right? As long as they got to do coke, right? And a lot of the times after you get it free a couple times from people, the bad people, not everyone, they'll be doing that coke with you, your coke that you bought the whole time, which is a different sidebar. But a lot of the other people, the good ones were good, right? I'm just saying, when you have a one-off, make sure you trust the people you're getting it from, and don't ever be stupid like I was going in a situation like that. I recall I did so many dumb things like that, man, and you got to be safe out there. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know what those guys did. I can't accuse them. I can't say anything. I don't know how much of a time lapse was between the time that I was unconscious and woke up. But the great thing about life today is I'm not unconscious. I'm consciously aware, and I'm grateful for the life that I have now. And it's not lonely. I choose to be alone. I choose to be alone. I choose to be alone now. But I'm calling in that love, and I choose to be alone just because I'm not meshing with that, because I can't go back in those type of energies. Right? It's not an energy mesh. It's not a mesh with me. Again, I don't hate people on cocaine, and I don't hate people that drink. And I don't hate anyone, but what I do despise is narcissists. And it's this disgusting slavery thing. It's a slavery, and like, I own you, and we're gonna make you have a come to me spell, and we're taunting you with this fucking cocaine, and we're not giving it to you. It's that control, and it brings me back to narcissism. It's that fucking control. They can't let go. And if people are doing that to women out there, and men to women, I have a message for you. You're fucking disgusting, and you need to go check yourself into a psychiatric hospital, or you need to go talk to a counselor, because if you're treating people like that and making them do sexual things for cocaine, you're disgusting. And my last point of the video, again, today I am off cocaine for about 7 years. I don't know the exact day of it, and I've said this before. I know the exact day of my sobriety because I wound up in jail the night before for 4 hours because of a narcissist, and that was the last beer I ever drank. But the last time I ever did cocaine, it was probably about a year before that because I drank more. I could drink more, right? Because with coke you could drink a lot, so I drank even more. I was already a fall down drunk, and then that happened, and I never drank again. I don't know the exact date, but I know it was about a year before the booze, and that last person I ever was hanging out with would be somebody now that I'm sober that I never would ever hang out with. Never in my good energy, and never letting it. All the ladies and men know out there, when you heal those childhood wounds, you wouldn't be hanging out with these people. And if anyone is treating you like that, like a slave, and like making you do sexual favors for cocaine, I want the ladies to know, and the men, that it's wrong, and we've all have these childhood wounds, and it's something that you think like, this guy's gonna like me for this, or maybe I can get more cocaine if I do this, and it's basically brings me back to narcissism. Everything is it's a what's the word? It's an abusive transaction, and that's what narcissists do to you. It's a fucking abusive transaction, and it's fucking wrong, man. And if anyone's making you like be or feel like a slut, like a fucking whore for a line of coke, these people are fucking disgusting, and they're gross. And anyone doing that to a woman or man, the sun's coming out here, so on a lighter and brighter note, it's just wrong. I can't express enough how wrong it is, and I can't express enough. It's something that you need to feel for yourself, and I just want people to know that you can get that confidence where you don't have to live in fear and not talk about these things, because if that's happening to you right now, I would suggest you talk to somebody about it. And again, if I was friends with somebody and they ever wanted to talk to me about something like that, I'd be there in a heartbeat for anyone whoever wanted to tell me a story like that. I'd always hold space for somebody who was going through that kind of a thing, because I've been there before, and I want people to know that your life is easier. It gets better without booze, without cocaine, without anything, and a lot of times without those negative energies that are making you do these things that's not you, and you feel like you're in a trap, and you're so fucked up in your head because you're not conscious, you're unconscious. And you think it's okay to have that abusive transaction. And anyone struggling with that right now, I want you to know, again, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it is you. It's always going to be you, but you got to take that first step to admitting you're powerless over something. And again, I'm very grateful today, because I am consciously aware. I am awareness. I am consciousness. And 5222, it's really long. And I might not be in the same spot as anyone right now, like the south node and the north node with addictions and not being healed, and then the north node being healed and not in your addictions. But again, being an empath, I always have a big heart for anyone, any women and any men that have been made to feel like a slut or a whore, and have that abusive transaction to go get something that you were actually going to pay money for in the first place. I'm going to leave it at that for today. It was really good to get that out. And anyone going through that, I'm sending you love and light, and letting you know that you can break these addictions down. And it all starts with your childhood wounding, and you can gain that confidence and strength, and you can get over fear. There is no fear. It's these people put you in fear, like the government. And once you know there is no fear, you can fucking do anything. And I'm rooting for anyone out there that wants to admit they're powerless over anything, any addiction they have, or over anyone. Thank you very kindly. Again, my name's Lynn, 53:33 on the timer. It's beautiful and sunny here now. I'm going to go take my Tibetan singing bowl out there and see if I can tune with Mother Gaia and ground now, after that got out of me and off of me, 53:44. And I'm wishing everybody a beautiful day wherever you are in the planet. And always know that there's always help if you're struggling out there, 53:55. And I'm always a friend to anybody that wants to put their ego aside out there and get real with themselves. And I'll always be that person for anyone. Again, I'm Lynn. Namaste.